So I got the carbon fiber now for the dash. Massive thank you to JJ for the sheet of carbon fiber. So now what I can do is I can cut that, make my dash. I put my jumper on because obviously carbon fiber, it gets really itchy when you cut it. So I'll make my dash up now, put that in, fit it up, and then I can basically put all my electrics on, put my gauges in, put my kill switch in, all that kind of stuff, get my dash all set up, put that in the car, and then, yeah, that's another thing to go from there. So I got the carbon fiber ready to cut the dash. As you can see, the table is all set up behind me. So what I'll do is I'll mark the dash on the carbon fiber, mark what holes I want, because if I come over here, I'll show you real quick. So got my gauge holes here. This is for my tail tacho, and that's for my ignition switches, all that kind of stuff. But I got some holes in here that aren't really meant to be in here. So I got grub screws. Obviously, because we switched engines halfway through the season, so half the holes in there are for the old S-Slinger and not the new S-Slinger. So what I can do now is find out what holes are for what and see if I want to keep them or get rid of them. So some of the holes I'll keep where they are, like the gauges and all that kind of stuff. I kind of want to move my tail tacho up, so I'll move the holes up for that one. But stuff like my MSD and all that kind of stuff, because I don't run that anymore, I won't have in the dash. So I'll get rid of them holes, mark which holes I want to keep so I know which ones to drill, and basically whatever holes I do mark, I'll keep in the new dash. Whatever holes I don't mark will be telling me not to drill those, to not have in the new dash. Dash is all done and the holes are drilled. So now I can put everything that I have on my dash onto my dash, like my gauges, my kill switches, all the electrics to the engine. And then, yeah, basically after that, so dash is all done and all drilled. All the holes are so dash is all done and everything is, so dash is all done and the holes are drilled. So everything so dash is all finished. It's all cut up, and so dash is all done and fitted to the car. Now what I can do is fit everything that's on my dash onto it, like my electrics, the engine, my gauges, my kill switches, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, basically once that's done, then I can go from there and yeah, move on to the next thing. And there we go, the dash is all done. I've got my gauges in, kill switches in, coil pack, and everything else that really goes on my dash is basically on the dash, ready to go. So that's all finished now, and I've got the rest of my stuff back from powder coating. My floor pan, radiator housing, Jacobs, brake pedal, arms, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, what I can do now is I'll get my floor pan set up. I'll put my accelerator pedal on my floor pan. I'll put my heel rest in, all that kind of stuff. Put my floor pan in the car. Once that's in the car, then I can basically put the diff in. And yeah, once the diff's in, front end's already built, ready to go. So I can put that in as well and basically finish the car off and have it as a complete car ready to go today. Now I've got my floor pan, I'm going to organise this outside the car, fit everything, and I'm going to fit it to the car with everything on it. It's just easier, really, instead of doing it inside the car, and it just saves a little bit of time and a little bit of hassle. So obviously I've got this freshly powder coated. Massive thank you to Jen and Phil Jeffries at Powderworks for an awesome job. Always do my powder coating and always do a phenomenal job. Obviously with a fresh powder coat, it's very slippery. So when I'm out on track, if I don't have anything on this, my feet can slip off the brake pedal or slip off the accelerator and basically just move around, which is something that you don't really want when you're racing. So to prevent that, I have this anti-slip mat that you can just get from Bunnings or Repco or wherever. And I basically just stick that to my floor pan like this, just to stop my feet from moving. Now, my accelerator can also be fitted to the floor pan. Unlike normal accelerator pedals, I run a sprint car accelerator. It's basically like a shoe. I've ran this for the whole time that I've run speed cars, probably the last 5 years or whatever it's been. And yeah, I did run a normal speed car accelerator like the one from Spike, and I only ran it for one meeting because my foot kept slipping off of it and I just didn't like it. I like this because your foot can go in it like a shoe and it doesn't come out and it can't slip out. There's no way of it slipping out. So instead of mounting off the chassis, I mount this off my floor pan. So that can be mounted, and I also have my heel rest. The heel rest also has some anti-slip mat on it, just to stop my foot from sliding around, obviously. So that can be fitted to the floor pan as well. So once that's all fitted, I can basically put my floor pan in, and then once that's in, we can go to the diff. So as you can see, the floor pan is all done. I got my heel rest on, my accelerator pedal, and my non-slip mat. Now the thing with my accelerator pedal, because it's bolt-on, you don't want to over-tighten it, because you want that movement. If you over-tighten it, then it won't be able to move. So now that's nice and free, not tight. What I can do is bolt my floor pan into the car, and then after that, I can get my diff in. So there we go, the front end and the dash are done. I got my brand new shocks on with the brand new coils, my brand new TJ front end as well. Got my radiator in, that's all done with the radiator housing. Got my ram tubes on, air filters on, dash is all done. Got my little grommets through here with my fuel lines, just something nice and neat. Obviously I got my floor pan done as well today. Got my accelerator pedal on. All these lines being cable tied up as well, just to get them out the way. Obviously my bell housing and drive shaft as well. So yeah, obviously I went through and cable tied all my fuel lines, all my power steering lines, all my electrical, just so when I'm in the car, like nothing rubs on my suit, because obviously it will be really annoying for like 20 laps if I have like a power steering line or a fuel line rubbing on my suit, which can cause damage to my suit. And again, it's just really annoying. So I've also gone through the engine bay as well, cable tied all the power steering, fuel lines, electrical, all that kind of stuff, just like anything that is gonna rub, because obviously these cars are gonna cause a lot of friction on the track, a lot of bouncing, a lot of harmonics in the car. So yeah, anything that can rub, I've basically cable tied and made sure that everything's secure, so nothing has like a hole rub through, like a fuel, power steering, whatever line like that, electrical line. Like you don't want anything getting a hole in it and causing you a race. So yeah, all the little tedious jobs are done. from here I can obviously get my torsion bars in, get my arms on, get my diff in, and then after that is basically finished. Obviously I still got to put my seat in and just a little bit more like jobs here and there. So yeah, the majority of it is done now. The like engine bay is completely finished. So yeah, it's just like basically the diff, the seat, and the little jobs now, and then yeah, she is all done and I can panel it up and get ready to go off and get stickers done.